So I mentioned to you that for writing the Python, we need the proper indentation. So I mentioned the proper indentation means we need to have 4 spaces. So now I think it's not clear here because we are not doing any we are not doing any conditional. So I will show you maybe in the week after next week. We will check about how we can create this indent 4 spaces. And yeah, you need to make a consistent spacing style. So it is important to make the programs clear and easy to read, especially when you want to debug and maintain. It means that now your program might be only 1 or 2 lines. So let me create another new Python file. Okay, I hope you already know how to create new Python file. So okay, the most important thing is the consistency. So later, if we have like maybe now it's not easy to see 4 like this one. Yeah, because print is a single comment. Okay, so later we will check with something like if, okay, if something like 2 like this one. So yeah, the indentation is 4 space. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is like the basic understanding for the programmers in Python. Spacing use blank line to separate segment of the code. So sometimes, if you have many lines, it is better to make different space. For example, like this one. So it can be easy to read between the lines if it is different section. Now, I would like to explain about errors. Whenever you do the programming, it is important to understand how to handle errors, because when you have errors, you will confuse, you will stress, okay, because your program cannot run well. So at this, there are 3 kind of errors. The first is syntax errors. The second is runtime errors. And the third is logic errors. Whenever you have these errors, your program is not compiled. You still remember? I mentioned to you about compile. So when you submit your assignment in the group, you need to make sure that your program is compiled. Okay. So if you have errors, then it means your program is not compiled. So let's see. Today we are going to learn only the syntax errors. So we will check the runtimes errors and the logic errors from the next section. So syntax error, syntax, we call it syntax. It means it is the error in code construction. So whenever you write the Python, Python cannot understand what you are saying. Okay, so that's the syntax error. The same with language. Okay? If I speak Korean, maybe you cannot understand my pronunciation because I'm not a native Korean. Okay? Maybe when you speak Indonesian, it's also difficult for me to understand because you are not a native, even though you can try. Okay? So that's something related with the syntax error. If something cannot understand, then it is the syntax error. But runtime errors, everything is okay. The syntax is fine, but the program cannot run. So something, we need to understand later. And logic errors, everything is okay. No errors from the syntax, from the runtime, but the result is wrong. Okay. So this kind of errors, we will learn by the time. So runtime error happens when Python understands what you're saying, but runs into trouble when following your instructions. Okay. So this kind of errors, it may happen and it may cause the program is not compiled. Now, let's see. I would like to make a practice 02. Practice 02. Okay, I have a new environment for practice 02.py. I hope until now you understand how to create a new file and then how to make a Python script in PyCharm. So let me copy and paste this one. Okay, I will copy and then I will paste. So you can see there's an error. What is this error? It is mentioned that unresolved reference print. Okay, then it means this is mistyping. Because we need to print PRINT, not PRITN. So this kind of error may happen to you. So make sure whenever you write the Python code, you write the correct syntax. Okay. Now, let's learn more about the Python's print statement. I think you know already about this statement. Now, what about the second statement? Let me just, okay. What will be the result? So we can see hello, and we have the double quote, and we have Python. Okay. Every string, or we call it, this is the characters, it should be inside the quote. But how if I want to print the code itself? So we need to have the special character, which is this one, backspace. Okay, we put the backspace before the double quote, and then we put the backspace before the double quote. So it will print this double quote. It will print this double quote. Okay. Next. This one. What will be the result? Print 1, 2, 3. There are 3 double quotes. And then hello. And then we have backslash double quote, backslash double quote. and then here learners, and then the ending is 3 double quotes. The result is like this. Okay, we can say that this is a syntax to print multiple lines. So if you start this one from the beginning, like this one, then okay, now the result is like this one. There are some space. If you run this one again, now it becomes in the left section. Now there is another character. We have a special character which is backspace, and we put n. What is the result? The result is it becomes hello Python. What does it mean by this? It is to print into the next line. So it goes to the next line. For example, hello Python, and then I want to add and good luck, for example. Okay. Then I will print this one, hello Python, and good luck. If you put a space here, then you can see there is one space. If you put no space, then there will be no space. Okay, so please look at how you write the code. It will determine the result. Okay. So I give this description. Yeah, if you want just to print the output, you can put the double quote. If you want to print the quote inside the result, so you can put the backslash double quote. If you want to print multiple lines, you need to use the 3 double quotes. And then if you want to print in the next line, so you can use the backslash n. Okay, so this is an example that your program is not compiled. Okay. What is this? Yeah, there is no double quote. Okay, be careful with this one. So it is the syntax error, missing the quote. What the problem of this? We have hello, we have backslash n, so it means we are going to print into the next line. Okay, we have backslash single quote. Okay, is it okay? It is okay. Okay, we have single quote. So what is the error here? It is the consistency for the character. If you use the double quote at the first, so you need to make sure that you use also double quote at the end. Okay, so if you see this kind of line with red color, it means there is an error. So it is the syntax error. What about this? This is error about the indentation. So I mentioned to you, the first line should be no space. So if you put space like this one, there will be errors. Okay. So luckily, PyCharm can recognize the syntax error automatically. So if you use PyCharm, it can give you the message. The error message is very clear. Okay. In case you use other IDE, please pay attention on the Python syntax. Okay. So why I want you to use PyCharm at the first time? Because it is easy to understand if there is a syntax error. And for your assignment, you will use Kurum. In Kurum, there is no syntax error message. So whenever you type, if it is error, then Kurum just put the error. And you do not know where is the error. So that's why you can try with PyCharm first. If in the PyCharm it is okay, you can copy your code to Kurum. Okay. So many students try to solve the problems at Kurum directly, and then the result is error, not compile. So be careful with that one. I give you the Kurum. Did you try to solve it? Okay, I think it's not that difficult. Okay? Just print, 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 print. Or you can use \n. Okay. So let me show you. You can print Hanguk, print university, print of something like this, print foreign, and print studies. Okay, so it means there are 5 lines. Or you can do print Hanguk University of Foreign Studies, and now you can put the \n. Okay, \n, \n, \n. So you can have the result. The same. Hanguk University of Foreign Studies in the different line. Okay. So now you can see that one problem can have different solution. So in the later part, yeah, you can have also many other problems, and one problem can have different solution. Okay. Okay. So that's the end of the first week. Now let's move to the second week. In the second week, I would like to explain about sequential. So you already learned about the commands. So we are going to learn more about what is the math operators and variables. We are going to learn about what is sequential, and then yeah, I will repeat again how to create a new project so we can have some practice more and more about this one. And then we are going to learn about objects and operators, and we are going to learn about variables and precedence rules, and we are going to learn about conversion. So sequential, what does it mean by sequential? Before we learn about the sequentials, I would like to introduce flowchart. So it is important to understand the sequence. If you know the flowchart, it will be easy for you to write your code. So I will let you know later about how easy if you know the flowchart. So there are 7 symbols. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This symbol this rectangle with non-boundary box. It means start and end. This symbol means input. This symbol means decision. This symbol to show a process. This symbol shows output. This symbols to show preparation, and this symbol show about repetition. Okay, so we will learn this one also in one semester. Now let's see. Today we are going to learn about sequential. Sequential means we just start from the beginning and complete at the end. So it is starting from here and then go here, go here, go here, finish. So the step will be from the top to down. In the print hello Python, it means I want to see the result. In the print welcome, I want to see the result. In the study hub, I want to see the result. So this is output, output, output. Whenever you do with print, yeah, we can say this is the output. Now let's see second one. It is the starting point. So we have the preparation. Okay, so this is preparation. In the preparation, we have A, B, and result. This symbol means input. So I'm going to give input to variable A and variable B. And then next, I'm going to put the result as the A plus B. So this is the process. And then I want to print the result. And the program's end. So we call this is sequence from the top to bottom. Okay, now before we start the code, let's create a new project again. Maybe because you already have the project, rather than creating a new project, I would like to ask you to create a new directory. Okay. So create a new directory. Let's put the name chapter 2. So in your project, if you already have your project, just show you like this. Okay. So if you already have your project here, you can right click and then you can go to new, and there is an option, directory. Okay. Directory means folder. You can create a folder. You can type your name. Now let's just follow my instruction, chapter 02. So every file in this chapter you can put in this directory. So let's say create a new Python file, and let's put the name practice01. So here I will make a new Python file, and I will make the practice01. Okay. Actually, the name is anything. You can write the Python name as you want, but it is better to make a good name, okay? Because later on we need to call the Python name. Okay, you may know for Python, the source code is conventionally stored in a file name .py. Okay, so if you make a practice 01.py, it means this is the Python file. And to make sure that your Python is working well, yeah, of course, I always teach you to print something. Okay. If it is working well, then you can see the result. If the console, we call this is the console, if the console show you an error message, it means there is an error with your PyCharm. So I already mentioned to you, there are some ways to run the Python file. Now I'm going to teach you another shortcut. This shortcut is, I think it's easier. So you already learned how to run the file from this button. Okay. So the button play here, you can use it to run your file, or you can run your file from this panel and you can do right click and then run file. Or the other shortcut is using the Shift F10 or Control Shift F10. Okay, Control Shift F10. So you can run it, or just Shift F10. So sometimes it is not convenient to click like this one and then run. So maybe some of you want to use the keyboard, so you can use Shift F10. Okay, now let's move to the next section. It is about objects and operators. Data or object type in Python, we can have basically two: numeric and non-numeric. So for the first, I would like to explain only this part. Okay. Actually, there are other kind of objects, but let's start with these four objects. The first is int. We call int as integer. Integer means any numbers without comma. 20, 38, 105, 2023, -4, -90. So if the numbers without comma, then it is integer. Float. We call this is a floating point values. It is a number with comma of decimal. So you can see 36.5, 2.5, 3.444444, and so on, 2.75, including also some negative numbers. This is for numerical. For the non-numeric, we have string. So this is the most common data or object. Strings means a sequence of characters, like of unique. So if you put this in between the quote, so it is string. Sole campus. Even numbers, if you put them in the between double quote, we call this is string. Bool is Boolean. It means we have only two options, false or true. In Python, we have the mathematic basic operators. So these basic operators, note that all of the operators work for numerical value. Plus, it means addition, minus, subtraction, multiply, division, integer division we call modulus or remainder, and exponent. So these operators work for numerical value. We can use plus to combine strings. It means the non-numerical, but I will explain it later. So for now, let's learn these basic operators for numeric. Basically, it is the same with the common calculator. Now let's see. I will put here print 2 plus 3. What is the result? It is 5. Okay. I want to print 7 minus 4. The result is 3. Okay. I want to print 3 multiplied by 5. So the result is 15. I want to print 5 divided by 2. What is the result? It is 2.1. But I want to also divide 5 divided by 2 with double slash. What is the result? It shows the integer division. So it will give you the numbers integer. Do you still remember what is integer? It is a number without comma. So if you, let's say, I want to divide 10 with 3, the result will be actually 3.333333. If you do with the 2 slash, then so it will show you only 3. If you print with 10 with single slash, so we can get 3.33333 something. Okay, so it means we call this is the integer division. Now, if I have the percent, 10% 3, we have the remainder. Okay, 1 is the remainder. What is the remainder? Namoji. Okay. Yeah, we call this modulus or remainder. What about exponent? Print 2, 5, star, star 2. It is 35. Exponent means 5 power of 2. Okay. When we use the modulus or the remainder, okay, it means we want to get the value that is remaining based on the division. Now, 45 remainder 6. What is the result? This one, 3. But if we have this one, 2 remainder 2, is 0. What about this? 8 remainder 20. Or this one, 11 remainder 10, 0. Okay, let's see. So print 2 remainder 2. The result is 0. Now let's say print 8 remainder 20. The result is 8. Because when we divide 8 with 20, it means 8 divided by 20. Of course, we still have the 8. What about 12 divided by 20? Is also this value. Okay. Now, what about 11 remainder 0? This is error. Okay. This is one of the runtime error. Why it is runtime error? Because there is no error in the syntax. Everything is okay. But when we run it, it shows the error. We know that it is not possible to divide any numbers with 0. So the computer also understands this one. That's why it becomes error. So this kind of remainder, actually there are so many applications here. For example, if I want to get the last 4-digit numbers, or sorry, the last digit numbers. So if I have this number, I have big number 20230,857. So I want to get only the last digit. Then I can do any numbers remainder with 10. So I will get the last digit. Or if I want to get the 4-digit number, which is the last. So I will get this number, remainder 10,000. So I will get the last 4 numbers. Or sometimes we can try to figure out whether the number is odd or even. Then if the numbers can be divided by 2, it is even. If the number cannot be divided by 2, it is odd numbers. So there are so many applications with this remainder. Next, I want to explain about variables and precedence rules. Variables. Variable means a container to store data values. For example, you know 3.14 is a pi. So I want to put this value into a variable. We call it, this is the variable. You can define any name for the variable. So variable is assigned with a particular data type. We know 4 data types: integer, float, string, and boolean. So we can assign any of those objects into the variables. So for example, now I have 3.14. It means pi is automatically assigned as float value variable. In Python, we do not need to specify the object type. So Python will automatically determine the object type according to the given value. So if you, let's say pi equals to 3.14. Okay. So the new PyCharm, it shows the AI assistance. So if I It's missing. Okay. So some comments, the AI can understand what you want to write. So let's say I want to have this pi. Okay. So I want, yeah, you can see the PyCharm give you some kind of recommendation. Okay. This recommendation, I don't know, PyCharm knows what I want to type. So you can see when I assign 3.14 to this variable, when I want to check what is the type, PyCharm directly mention that it is a float. So if I have any variable, for example, x, I want to put x equals to 5. So I want to check what is the type of x. So you can see that pi is a float and x is integer, because we know it is a number with a comma. It is a number with comma. Okay. There are some various assignment process to variable. First, we can just assign any value. For example, I want to assign 1 into the variable x. Okay. Or the other kind of assignment is using another variable. So x equals to x plus 1. What does it mean? Why there are two variables here? It means that this is a new variable equals to the old variables. Old variable means what you already defined this x before. So I know that x equals to 1. So this is 1. Then it is 1 plus 1. So it will save x equal to 2. So let's see. I have x equals to 1. Okay. I want to print x. So x is 1. Now I have x equals to x plus 1. So what is the old x? This old x means this number. Now if I want to print x, then the result is 2. Okay. So this is sequence. The program will start from the top and goes to the next line, goes to the next line, goes to the next line. If you define x equals to 5, what happens? The result here will be 5, and the result here will be 6. Okay. So you can get like this result. Now you can also have another kind of assignment using the equal sign. For example, I equals to j equals to k equals to 5. It means I have 3 driven variables. I have I have j, I have k, and all of the variables start with the value of 5. So it means you don't need to have different line. Let's say you want to make I equals to 5, j equals to 5, k equals to 5. Okay, so you don't need to do this one. You can just do it once. You can just do I equals to j equals to k equals to 5. Then It finishes. The value of a variable can be a part of variable with another variable. So for example, I want to add x plus k. Okay. So it is also possible. Okay. And this one, you can swap the value. You know what this meaning? Swap. Swap means change. That's it. I have x equals to 5, and then I have I equals to 9, for example. So let me print x and I will print I. Okay, you can print two of them at the same time just using the separator, which is comma. Okay, now you can see that 5 is from x and 9 is from I. Now I want to change x equal comma I, maybe let me change I comma x equal to x comma I. So I would like to print again x and I. What will be the result? Now it will be changed. I become the value of x. What is the value of x? This is 5. And x becomes the value of I. The value of I is 9. X becomes 9 and I become 5. Okay. Yeah, if you want to know the type, I think you already know. We can use type for the variable name. Okay, let's have a break. I will continue after the break.